Hello, I hope everybody is having a fabulous day. Wanted to stop by today and just and kind of turn our attention to the general terms and conditions of the specialty policies. The general terms and conditions section touches cyber, management liability, and E&O, and they are all very similar. So it's very important to have a very granular understanding of a lot of these topics. Today, I'm going to focus on the settlement wording, specifically the hammer clause. So what is the hammer clause? 95% of the forms say that the insurer, the carrier, will not settle a claim without the insured's consent. That's a good thing. You want them to have the insured's consent to settle a claim. The kicker there is then called the hammer clause. So it goes on to say if the insured agrees not to settle, they are responsible for the carrier will take on 80% of the claim post that, and then the client will be responsible for 20. There's 70-30, there's 80-20, there's 50-50, there's all these various percentages. Now, what does that mean? This is the example I use a lot of the time. Random machine shop in Detroit, Michigan, Midwest. CEO is accused of sexual harassment. Carrier XYZ comes to CEO and says, we have a settlement for $100,000. We want your consent to settle. CEO says, absolutely not. I did not sexually harass this male or female. I am not settling. They are not getting a dime. The claim then goes on with defense and indemnity and goes to $500,000. For an example here, let's say there's an 80-20 settlement provision. In this case, the client would be responsible for 20% of the cost from $100,000 to $500,000, which is $100,000, $80,000, sorry, on top of the applicable deductible. This is a place where you can have egg on your face. When you're talking to a client, they think they have coverage, they think they don't have to settle, but all of a sudden they're paying $80,000 out of pocket because they didn't want to settle. There are carriers that waive the hammer clause all the time and delete it and just use the wording, we will not settle a claim without the insured's consent. It's preferable. It puts your client in a better position. Again, these policies are very granular, the general terms down to the fiduciary wording and the cyber wording. Make sure you reach out to an expert. Make sure you're running everything by an expert and making sure the policy is in a very, very good position. Looking forward to comments and feedback. If you need anything, please reach out to me or one of my talented coworkers across the country at Amwins. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you.